So let's get it. So we're going to put in around like 10 grams of yeast. I use here a digital weighing scale. Please buy one if you want to start cooking seriously. They are kind of cheap. So we are going to put in some little bit of sugar to the dry yeast. It helps it bloom faster. So then afterwards, we are going to add in a little bit of warm water. Now this warm water, it should be warm to the touch. You should be able to touch that water without it burning you. So then we leave it for some time and it blooms into the kid that we want it to be. Now after it looks like a frothy milkshake and it smells like bread already, we're going to leave it and then put some flour into a saucepan or any dish. Here we're using around 500 to 400 grams. Then we're going to put in our sugar, a little bit of sugar. Maybe that's around like maybe 100 grams. Then we're going to add in the yeast mixture, put in some little bit of oil, then twirl your finger. You know, if you know how to make love, you know, you'll understand this step. You need to treat the dough with care, gentle, loving care, you know. So now we are looking for this consistency of the dough. It shouldn't be too dry and not too wet. So this consistency, yeah, jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Okay, so now we are going to fold in the dough like you're seeing. So what you're doing right now is we are layering the dough on itself. We are making the dough stronger because bread dough must be strong. It must be able to be stretched without it breaking. And thank God you landed on this video. So we are going to wet our hands with water. After letting it rise for 30 minutes, we are going to plump it down. Remember, we have wet our hands with water. Don't use oil. Water itself works. So plump it down, and this is after we let it rise for 30 minutes. So you can see it's a bit harder to remove on the side, but you're still going to layer it onto itself. Yes, just like that. Just like that. Now we're looking for this kind of stretchy pull. So let's keep this and let it rest for another 30 minutes. Now after 30 minutes, we are going to dust our pan, or if you have like a board like me, you can dust your board with flour. Then we are going to pour out the dough that has risen, and we are going to roll this out. So what you're trying to do actually is trying to make sure that it doesn't stick on the board by adding the flour. So here we are looking at a nice big thick with 2 C's dough. So we're going to add in some flour just to make it more malleable to be able to roll it out. And now we are going to manage to roll it out. So we are going to, you know, do that motion to it. Like I told you, this dough is soft and it's kind of therapeutic while you're doing it. So we're going to use a rolling pin, roll this out. You can see that bubble. Oh, let me play with the bubble. Let me play with the bubble. Bubble, 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 bubble. Okay, let's get back to business. So let's roll it out. And after rolling it out, you are going to fold it into itself like that. Fold while pushing it onto itself. Fold while pushing it on itself. Fold just like that. Remember, if you do not do this step, it will not come out the way that you're going to see it come out. This is what every bakery does. So now we are going to leave this to rise again before we put it in the oven. Baby. Okay, now nice dough. You can see how nice it looks like. So now, after putting it in the oven for 180 degrees for about 1 hour, it comes out like this. You can hear its crunch. It's literally having a crust. So now we are just going to cut in it, and we see how good it looks like. This crust was a hard crust, but I liked it. So we are going to cut this through. Now let's reveal, and voila, look at that, fully cooked in the middle. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and salute. Peace. So I decided to put some little bit of butter and put it back in the oven, and this is the final product.